how long is labor and when should a breeder become concerned?
All right, so labor occurs in 3 stages. There's the first stage, which is, a stage where the cervix dilates. And bitches will begin nesting. Often they'll start accumulating soft material, clothes or whatever, and preparing a spot for whelping. And that first stage of labor can take anywhere from 12 to 24 hours. You often externally don't really see a lot with that stage. The second stage of labor is actual passing of the fetus. And third stage of labor is passing of the placenta. And of course with puppies, each puppy has a placenta wrapped around them. See a puppy come out and then that placenta shortly thereafter follows. Sometimes it can be hard to see that placenta because a lot of bitches will immediately just consume that after it's passed. But when to be worried, there are a few parameters that I give. If a bitch is having hard contractions for 30 minutes, so visible abdominal effort without producing a puppy, that's concerning. If a bitch goes more than 3 hours in between puppies, it's time to start being a little bit concerned. And then, of course, if you see a green discharge before a puppy is produced, it's a very bright green. And what that signifies is that the placenta has separated from the puppy, and you only have around a half hour to get that puppy out before it can be fatal. So if we see that green discharge, that's a red flag when there's not a puppy right there. But if you're concerned, then it'll follow you in your intuition. Very frequently, we have owners and breeders that call us and they're worried about something, and it ends up being that their concern is completely legitimate. So just trust that intuition that you have. And something else I recommend is that you have a good box of vanilla ice cream, a good quart of vanilla ice cream, and give the bitch 2 good tablespoons of ice cream in between puppies, and take one for yourself if you'd like. But the calcium is readily absorbed in ice cream, just plain vanilla ice cream. Helps a lot with contractions. Something that we see is what we call uterine inertia, where the uterus just stops responding, and often that's what requires a C-section. Happens commonly with lots and lots of puppies, litters specifically over 9 puppies. But sometimes just giving that ice cream will help and hasten that process and that time in between puppies.
So how does moms affect their puppy's development while in the womb?
Of course, mom being in peak physical condition is very important. There are certain characteristics like demeanor and behavior is very, very heritable. And so having a very good demeanor, likely you're gonna have puppies that inherit that. And making sure that we're eating correctly, that we're providing everything that's needed, making sure the food has everything as far as folic acid and omega-3s, and just making sure that she is maintaining that overall good health. You don't see very much weight gain at all during the first 4 weeks of pregnancy. It's after that, after 4 weeks, that you start to see abdominal distension and mammary gland development. And so often you don't see much of a change. It is quite common between weeks 3 and 5 to have a little bit of vomiting. It's a transient thing and it resolves generally on its own without any intervention. Often we'll see some behavioral changes also during pregnancy, where bitches become very aggressive to other bitches in particular. Sometimes it's aggressive to people and dogs, anything that's new. Some hormonal changes that occur. But just making sure that we have, everything we've discussed. These animals rely on us to make good decisions, and it's our good decisions that help provide them with a good quality of life. And they can't do that for themselves, and so that's our responsibility when we have these pets. I can't emphasize enough just building a good relationship with your veterinarian and asking them exactly what you can do to be the best breeder and dog owner possible.